Good morning, YouTubers. Well, I'm up late today because of our huge walk in the heat and the humidity in the province. We need to move from this apartment December 15, 16, something like that. We need to be out, so getting close to Christmas, and we've got about 6 weeks or something, so trying to get organised now, trying not to get run over by Kyle here. Kyle. Yeah, ignore me. His mother does the same all the time. I'm used to it. Oh, you didn't ignore when I said that? Yeah. So, yeah, Tess is just busy trying to cook some fried rice for you guys. One of my favourite things to eat, fried rice. And I was busy putting some antibiotic cream on my foot because the walk in the province. I must have got some grit in my chanella. Chanellas in English for Australians is thongs. For the US, it's flip-flop. So I got some grit in my chanella and I took a little skin off my foot there. So I'm borderline diabetic, so I need to be really careful of infection. I had a bad infection in my big toe on my left foot a couple of months ago and had to get the doctor to have a look at it, and he prescribed some antibiotic cream, which strangely enough they won't sell you over the counter here at the pharmacy, yet you can get on Shopee. And remember guys, Shopee and Lazada here in the Philippines is like Amazon, eBay in the West. So you can get online on Shopee and you can purchase Neosporin antibiotic cream and order that, have it sent to you, no problem at all. It's an antibiotic ointment or cream. They said, oh, you need a doctor's prescription. It's like, no, I don't want antibiotic tablets. And then my friend Tony from Lacuson, who you guys met, my American friend, his Filipino wife can actually buy amoxicillin over the counter at a pharmacy near the wet market here. So in the Philippines, every place you go is different. You just don't know what's going to happen, what you're going to strike with. The same with the Bureau of Immigration here in Alabang in Manila. When I walked in and I asked them about a 6-month visa, they said, oh, you just got a 1-month extension, sir. You need to wait until that's used. And I managed to talk to them and persuade them to give me the 6-month extension on the day while I was there, which was fantastic. And then when that was ready to expire, we took a trip to Legazpi and went to Bureau of Immigration there, and the lady manager there said to me, because I said I'd like to get a 6-month extension, and she said to me, oh, you can only have 2 months. And I said, I'm actually on a 6-month extension now, ma'am, and I showed her the visa. And she said, oh, well, you need to do a letter of application. And I said, okay. Do you have a template for that, for the format? No, you can just write it and just explain why you would like a 6-month extension. But it needs to be notarized by a solicitor. So, yeah, I had to sit down on the laptop, type up a letter of application for a 6-month visa, then go and find a solicitor here in our barangay. And even the solicitor said to me, when I sat down, she said, why do you need to do this letter of application? I said, because BI told me I need to. And here in this country, if you don't comply, you don't get what you need. So I have no choice. They've told me this is the process I need to go through. Charged me, I think it was only 200 peso. It wasn't expensive, but yeah, I had to go through that and then go back to Legazpi and then apply for it again. And the difference in price was amazing also. Legazpi was cheaper than Alabang in Manila. I paid, I think, almost 11,000 peso in Manila for a 6-month extension, yet in Legazpi, I paid 7,700. So every office here is run separately by the manager, and they really do have the authority to do whatever they like, basically. So be aware of that. Whether Allabung was just charging me the white tax, I don't know, but be careful of that too, guys. There's quite often you'll get white taxed here. As soon as they see you're a foreigner, the prices will increase. I had a guy selling some mats, padded matting that I wanted to buy for Kyle to crawl around on. And I was walking back from Moona's store here, and he saw me. He said, "Oh, sir, you like to buy?" And I said, "How much?" He said, 2,300 peso. I said, "Oh, mahal, expensive." And I started to walk away. He called out to me, "Sir, 1,3." He dropped 1,000 peso in an instant. And I turned around and I said, "Let me see, Kuya." So I took a look and I said, "Nah, still too expensive, 1,3." Sir, as I walked away another 5 steps, 1,000 peso. I said, "I'll talk to my wife." The final price I ended up buying it for was 800 peso, but he started at 2,300. So be aware, they will try that on. Even the tricycle drivers and the taxi drivers, guys, if you're going to get a cab in Manila when you get off the plane, number one, I would suggest don't use taxis. There's an app here you can get called Grab, Grab, which is basically the Uber in the West. So if you use the Grab app, when you book the car, it will give you a fixed price on the app before you go anywhere. If you can't use, and I think you need a Philippine SIM card here to install the Grab app. There's a lot of apps that you won't be able to install when you're in the West before you come. So if you get here and get a Philippine SIM card, then you can install the app and use the Grab app. That's my recommendation. Use that because you know the prices before you get in the vehicle. If you have to use a taxi, make sure the taxi driver has the meter on, because they will quite frequently just give you a price. When you get in, they'll just give you a fixed price, might be 2,000 peso, and not turn the meter on when the price should be 400 or 500 peso for the trip. So make sure the meter is on. Then I would suggest open your Google Maps, and because that works off satellite anyway, use your Google Maps and ensure that the driver is taking you the correct way, because they'll drive around the long way and just get a few more dollars out of you. So be aware. There was an instance here in Manila only last month where a young American guy, a vlogger, only had about 1 kilometre to walk to his hotel, and the tricycle driver was harassing him to get a tricycle, and he said no at first quite a few times, and then he thought, "Oh, you know what, I'll vlog the tricycle ride and I'll just take it, it's not far." And he asked the guy how much, and the guy on the vlog actually said to him 50 peso. But when they arrived 1 kilometre up the road at his destination, the guy put his hand out and said 550 peso. The young American guy argued with him, but then what can you do? He's in another country, he doesn't really know the laws or the languages or anything else, and I could see he felt slightly intimidated and pressured, so he paid the guy the 550 peso. That video was viral over here with people being disgusted in the fact that that happens, but it happens all the time here. I would suggest if you're taking a tricycle, ask how much before you get in the tricycle and pay the driver before you go. So get in the tricycle, if he says 50 peso, give him the 50 peso when you get in the tricycle. Then there's no argument at the other end. He can't say, "Oh no, I said 550. So be really careful of white taxes here in this country, guys. If you have a Philippine guide or a Philippine wife or a Philippine girlfriend or something, then okay, it's a little easier because they know the process. Here in Masbate City, for instance, a tricycle ride for me anywhere in the city here is just 15 peso. So that will give you an idea that, you know, I can go for kilometres from one side of the city to the other. Not that this is a huge city, but I can get from one side of the city from here all the way to the port, and it's 15 peso. It's a fixed price anywhere in the city per person, that is. So if you have 2 people in the tricycle, it's 30 peso. And I just give them the money. I have 30 peso in my hand. I don't give it to them before we go because I know how much it is, but when we get to the other end, to our destination, I just hand the driver 30 peso, get out and say, Salamat Kuya, and that's me. So yeah, it's something you really need to be careful of. If you can install the Grab app, guys, by all means, install the Grab app and use that, because that's the best way to go. You really know exactly what it's going to cost you beforehand. That's my little bit of advice today while I'm sitting here on the couch waiting for my fried rice to get cooked. I just thought I'd say a big thank you again, guys. We hit 170 subscribers this morning. We launched our channel on September 23rd, so in 5 weeks we've managed to grow to 170 subscribers. I'm pleased with that. It's not as fast as I would like it to grow, of course, but please keep sharing our channel with your friends and your family and help us to grow, guys, because that's the only way this Australian can stay here in the Philippines and continue to vlog. So thank you again, guys, for all your help, and please stay with us. I hope you're enjoying our content. A lot of people take a year to monetize. I'm hoping to get monetized within 6 months. So again, I'll ask for your help to please share our channel with all your friends and recommend us if you like our content. I will say, as always, guys, from an Australian in the Philippines, peace out.